it now. I dare you. You didn't do it.
They are. Everyone's doing that.
We got 35 on beach.
That was my one job last year.
No. 35 on beach.
No, I was doing signs.
Oh, that's fun. What happened did you talk to?
Last year.
You just had to oversee this, right? You just had to make sure that it all went well.
Yep.
Okay.
You're the captain and the queen.
Make sure it looked good.
You can do whatever you want. Yeah.
I think once I got traded to the Pride from Rockford Thunder is once I started seeing the vision of that this could be something. It was with the help of Don DiDonatis and what he was giving the team and how he treated us and how he treated us like professionals, not only by pay, but how we traveled, what we traveled in, the facilities that we used. But let's be honest, we were still practicing at a high school softball field too, but at the time, that was the best that I had had.
You know, I got a chance to go to San Antonio, Texas to play softball, and literally went, and then I was like, I like being away. And it wasn't because I love my family. It wasn't because that, just experiencing different people and cultures and different ways, people celebrate. I mean, there's just so many different opportunities in life, so yeah. But then in between got to play, so I got to play a little bit in Holland, and I traveled around with a club team called the Trailblazers, and we went to Budapest and some different places, and and then I got a chance to coach with Canada, so then I was at the Olympics. I just feel like softball is just blown my mind with culture and so many cool things with that too, so.
I've learned that I'm a competitor and I like to try to be the best. When I started playing, I was terrible. I was terrible. Playing catch with my dad, it was just not a good sight. Broke some car windows, hit some cars, just brutal. But I fell in love with it because of the passion. I found myself wanting to practice it at 10 o'clock at night. I found myself on Thanksgiving morning going out there with my dad and just working on something. And the best thing about it is we were talking to somebody about success, staying at the top or getting to the top, what's harder. And in my opinion, you don't ever really get to the top and stay there. You may be there today, but tomorrow you may not be the most successful or the best player that day. And I think that's what I love so much about this game is that each day something's different. You could be the hero one day and then you could be not the hero the next day, and it's just so fun to go through that entire roller coaster.
See, my answer is not like the typical answer. I didn't want to play softball. I actually sucked and played in the outfield, made bracelets with flowers during the games. I was really bad. I threw the ball hard, but I hit 4 people a game and would get kicked out of the game. So my parents wouldn't let me quit because they said, you're just not good at it and that's why you don't like it. So but I was like, okay, I'm gonna actually try at this. I went to my pitching lessons, and as I started to get better, I think I started to fall in love with the competitive aspect of it. And I played soccer at the same time, but I think pitching and having that competitive nature is I fell in love with everything about the game, about the practice. I loved being able to fail so many times, and then when I finally succeeded, feeling how much better I got and how it made me a better person. So I think softball has so much more failure than other sports, and being able to just fall in love with failing so that I could help me succeed is what made me choose softball.
It's hard to say. I feel like it's such a big part of my identity, and so I'm playing softball 9 months out of the year, and for the past 4 years. So now that I've been in the league for about 5 years, that answer, it's changed every year, and I think, you know, I'm slowly trying to figure myself out as a softball player and as an athlete. And before, you know, after college, you know, you've accomplished what you did in college and you think that's your identity, but as you get to the pro level, it's a whole different set of challenges. And, you know, I think every year I'm constantly trying to figure out what my new identity is and what kind of softball player I am, since it is our profession. So I guess that's how it's impacted me, and kind of gotten used to that, just kind of living out of my suitcase, especially like in the off season. Since I've been playing in Japan and then playing for Pride, off season's about November, December, January, February, and so I'll go back and forth between like training with my sister, training at home, and kind of just living out of my suitcase in that content.
I think that this game has taught me so many life lessons as a person. It's made me a better person, I think. And you know, the hard times in softball, yes, it's not the same as life, but I think it helps you kind of and shape you, makes you better, better to deal with adversity in life. You know, this is a game of failure, and sometimes in life you fail, so it really prepares you for those hardships.
I think as a person I've grown, and every year there's something hard for me where I have to figure out what I'm doing again, or how I'm doing it, or how I want to do it differently, because the game's changing, and that as a person makes me change. So I become a better person from it, as long as I don't like stay down when it hits me, and I always get back up. Same thing within life, and same thing when I'm going through the off season and I'm having the struggles. It's like, I'm gonna get back up again. Like, just calm down, take that deep breath you would do when there's runners on all the bases. Just take a deep breath and everything's gonna be okay. So it's definitely impacted me as a person in all the ways.